Hello beautiful people! It is time to paint those highly converted figures for my diorama. But today we will concentrate on the most scary part of it, painting faces and skin tones. Ooh. This is my third attempt with this technique, and I wanted to share it with you, step by step and well explained. Intro please! First a disclaimer. If you ask me to draw a cat, for example, the best thing I can do is something like this. This is here to show you that I don't have any artistic talent whatsoever, but I can follow simple rules and try to be precise. So, if I can do it, you can do it too. I think that the cat alone deserves a like and a subscribe, huh? Don't forget to hit that bell icon too, it helps me a lot. Let's talk about colors. I'm using Vallejo for most of my brushwork. They are good and easily available. If you are dumb like I am, use those exact colors and you will get similar results. I am using a DIY wet palette and you should use it too. There is also a video about making it on my channel, so no excuses. We will use tap water for most of the thinning. Paint drying retarder will be used for the shadows. A good quality synthetic number 2 brush from Da Vinci will be the main tool. Try to use the biggest brushes you can. And a piece of paper towel must always be around. Acrylic paints, especially Vallejo, are very hard to mix well. I always put a mixing bowl in the paint and shake the hell out of them with my paint shaker. He makes a lot of noise, but the paint is mixed perfectly, and this is very important. Here you can see my palette after the paint job. Let's talk about thinning paint. Put a drop of paint on the palette. Always wet the brush before touching the paint and take the excess water away. Take a small amount from the blob. Now let's add some water and mix it up. Let's see how it is. This ratio would probably work for highlights. Let's add a little more color. This is the consistency for the base coating. So let's see the painting procedure on this scrapped primed figure. If you take the paint directly from the palette, the paint will act like a wash. It will accumulate in crevices and this is not good. So, when you take the paint, you should always unload the excess on the towel, until the brush is still leaving traces of paint. You may think that you are not doing anything, but this is good, trust me. A word about the wet palette. These are my mixes from 2 days ago. They look dried up, but just a drop of water and the paint is back alive and working well. Another very important step, pre-shading. Basically, you should prime the entire figure with black. A flat one is better. And then you should spray some white with an airbrush from the top or where the light is coming from. I usually start spraying from 90 degrees and work my way down to 45 degrees, decreasing the amount of paint. So here is the result of the pre-shading. A map of shadows and highlights was automatically created. And another thing, for start you should use good quality detailed heads. It will be much easier this way. Let's put the first coat of base paint on. Brown sand, thinned with water. No accumulation, just a nice thin coat overall. Here is the comparison between the first coat and the pre-shading. Second coat. Same story. But the paint is getting stronger. The exact same approach is used for the hands. I stopped after 3 coats. As you can see, the faces are covered, but the pre-shading is still visible. I would strongly advise you to work on multiple faces at one time. Let's say you need 2 of them, and you should always start the step on the 3rd one, which is for training. And here are the hands. Now we will give the base coat a warmer hue. Cavalry Brown was tinted with paint drying retarder, PDR from now on. The ratio was similar to the base coat. Let's cover all the faces and the hands. Again, the comparison. As you can see, now the base coat is much richer and warmer. Then I took the same paint and used it like a wash in all the crevices. I started with the hands and proceeded with the faces. Those 2 are done, and here I will show you the process. The PDR turns the paint into a nice wash, and the paint becomes more like oil paint, so you can spread it around and blend it nicely. Here I will take a moment to invite you to my Patreon team. If you want more exclusive content from me, or you want me to help you improve your diorama skills, well, this is the place for you. It only costs €4.50 per month, and you should check the link in the description to see what treats you can get. Thanks to Alpenhauler, Jack McKee, Matea and Rock, who have already joined. First highlight: brown sand mixed with flat flash and water. Let's see the process on the 3rd face. Try to put the paint on the exposed areas, or better yet, on all the areas where there are no deep shadows. Apply some paint, wait a few seconds, and blend it with a silicone brush. Here I was retouching all 3 faces at once. Second highlight: flat flash with water. The procedure is same as for the first. You should just try to put the paint on smaller areas and on most exposed areas. And here it is, the final highlight. I mixed flat flash, basic skin tone and water. Even smaller areas in more exposed areas. The forehead, the nose, the ears. I tried to give the faces some life. I took some flat red, tinted with water, and put it on the cheeks and on the lips. It didn't turn out quite well, but it will do the job. And the opposite of the red is blue. Prussian blue with water was put under the jaw. You can see that it makes a nice cold coat, and that can match a beard. In fact, I finished the bold one with this approach. I should skip the necks. It will be better next time. I used 2 different brown colors for the 2 faces' hair. One was burnt umber and the other German camo black brown. I started with very thin paint. The idea was to achieve a nice result just with the original paint, with no different mixes. And after 2 coats, it started to work. Here again, the pre-shading is helping us. And here are our faces. Not bad for 4 hours of work, I think. Time for evaluation. I tried to explain how to do things. The results are far from good, but I think they aren't terrible. This video is here to invite you to try something like this. It is dedicated to my friend Chris, who is a great modeler, but he has this mental block and he always says that this is out of his league. Again, if I can do it, you can do it too. And with these deep thoughts, I will salute you till the next one. Bye.